I'm not going to be ad-libbing at the end of this show because I realize what you're doing now. I got food in my teeth?
Nope. Good to go.
Hey, friends, I'm Dan Folds.
Hey, and I'm Brandon Bain.
This is Rubbing and Grubbing.
Rubbing is racing.
And Grubbing is tasting. Hey, look, we are here at the center of the universe, Coach's Corner. And there's a huge crowd around us. The only thing missing, by the way, is you. We wish you were here with us. So you may hear a little background noise bleeding through our microphones. That's okay. That just means there's a whole crowd of people having a good time at Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia tonight.
That's it.
Heck yeah. It's time for the Rubbing and Grubbing word of the day. If you are over 21 years of age, play along and take a shot or a sip of your favorite adult beverage. Play along. When you hear us say the word of the day, I have no idea what this word is. Do you know what this word is?
I have no clue.
The word is going to actually show up right there, thanks to technology. When you hear that word come out of my mouth or my co-host Brandon Bain's mouth, a.k.a. Big, you take your little, like this. Cheers! The word of the day last week was teammates.
Teammates. All right.
Woo! I'm getting hypoxic. Hey, this is a NASCAR show.
We're getting there. I'm
It's
ready
time
to get
talk
there.
about NASCAR.
Let's get there, man. Let's talk about some NASCAR, man.
Superstar Racing Experience. Last week we announced the new racing series from Tony Stewart and Ray Evernham. We're about to nominate or announce another driver for their lineup. They hinted on Twitter that he is a former NASCAR driver, and then they sweetened the pot and said, oh, this dude's won a Daytona 500. So, of course, all the wheels were turning. We're all trying to figure out who it is.
This one didn't come to my mind, but
It turns out that new SRX driver is none other than, drumroll please, Michael Waltrip, a Daytona 500 winner.
yeah.
Congratulations to I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, man.
Congratulations to NASCAR driver Timmy Hill. That's Lawrence Bennett's favorite driver. Timmy, if you're seeing this, the brains behind the camera is like your hugest fan. Timmy Hill and his wife Lucy had a baby, Hudson Grant. Now, don't you have to love that name?
I like it.
You know what a Hudson is, right?
Yeah, man, I
That's
like
like
it.
the first race car.
Yeah, pretty neat, man.
If you ever saw the movie Cars, you know what a Hudson is. And they named their son Hudson Grant. Timmy had a busy weekend last weekend. He raced in all three series, and he had a great finish in the truck race.
Yeah.
Finishing in ninth place.
Yeah, finished ninth place. Ran really good, clean race all race long. That was a pretty good one, man. I got to watch pretty much almost all of that one. And I saw that down towards the end. They got a little crazy there in the closing laps a few times. And like I said, he kept his nose clean, stayed out of trouble. Big run for Timmy Hill right there, man. Congrats. Finished ninth, man. That was a good one in that truck series, Camping World Truck Series.
He won one of those iRacing races.
Yep.
With a desktop freaking steering wheel and
Yeah,
everything.
man.
And
Doing
he
his thing.
beat all them guys with all the expensive setup.
I like him, man. I thought it was a good run there.
I like him, and you know he's actually wrote back to Lawrence, and anytime a driver responds to any of us, and by the way, drivers, anytime you respond to any fan, it's a real big deal. We had a response.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome, man. So
we had a great response from Austin Dillon, and we'll never forget that. That was pretty cool. And Timmy Hill responded to Lawrence Bennett. Legendary crew chief. This is really cool right now. This is really smoking cool. Legendary crew chief Steve Letarte. Now, you know, he calls the races with Junior, right, for NBC?
Oh, yeah. He retired a few years back from crew chief. So
he retired, and he calls races, but he only calls races in the second half of the year.
Right.
Because Fox has got the races now, right?
Yep.
So Steve Letarte, by the way, he's the guy that taught me to take notes. He says on TV that, you know, the way he gets ready to be on TV is he has a pen and a piece of paper, and he's taking notes. He's trying to educate himself. Legendary crew chief Steve Letarte will be back atop the box for Sunday's Dixie Vodka 400. He will call the shots for the number 7 Spire Motorsports team and driver Coy LaJoie.
yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, getting back up there, you know, it's still the same game. At the end of the day, things might be a little different, but still the same game. So if Letarte's not too rusty and LaJoie has a good run, they can get some things put together. It's just for one race. Here's the whole thing. There's the communication there for not having worked with guys in that long, and the communication between never working with a guy at all, and now you're going to do all that in one shot for for one race. I'm sure Letarte loves to do it. I mean, that's what his passion was. That's what he loves to do.
This is enthusiasm. This is experience.
And I'm sure it'll probably help Corey LaJoie out. But I think it's pretty neat. Prayers to him, man. I hope it really works well, but I doubt it. But we'll see.
Steve Letarte, I'm Dan Folds, and I believe in you. Yeah. I think you're freaking spectacular.
He's proven,
Steve
man.
Letarte, I think you're fantastic. I like you.
He's proven.
And I hope you go out there and do great things.
He crew chief for Gordon, man. He's proven. There, you don't get there without not being proven. Cool. He's proven, man.
And he started out as a kid, by the way. If you ever watch any of his, did somebody swear already? Do you want us to swear? Well, shit, goddamn. Swear bucket.
Maybe not that.
Cut that out. We like him. By the way, this is our swear bucket. Every time we slip up and drop a swear word, we put money in this bucket, and that money goes to our charity, Help Save One of Our Own.
Yeah.
Woo! So Ryan Sparks, the normal crew chief, was sidelined due to COVID-19 protocols.
Yep.
And Sparks will be unavailable to what's that word? Participate.
There it is.
And will not travel to Homestead Miami Speedway, which is a spectacular place.
Yeah, I mean, that's a horrible deal for him. I mean, it's something you can't control in a way, whether it's contract tracing or a positive test. I didn't read anything on that, but there again, another little COVID thing going down is Chip Ganassi. He got fined $30,000 and can't attend one race just for the fact he brought somebody in from outside their NASCAR bubble, or somebody that wasn't allowed to be there in a way. It's going to be kind of weird, man. I mean, it feels kind of like the old school season started over with some fans and people, and you're wanting to do the normal things that you normally do for sponsors or investors or whatever it may be, or friends or whatever, and you're just not able to do that because it jeopardizes a whole sport or a whole situation, because these guys literally stay together pretty much almost throughout the whole season. So, it is what it is. But yeah, man, it's a big bad bust for them. Steve Letarte getting to get back on the box is going to be great, man. We just got to wait till Sunday and see where it goes from there, man. I'm ready, stoked.
You can see that it's already changed. Like, they used to call the races from in a studio in Charlotte. They weren't even at the racetrack, and they were like way apart or in different rooms. And they've kind of changed where they would put like a barricade, and now they're kind of sitting like, 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
You can tell that things are getting back to normal. I've already had the first shot. I'm getting the second shot. I mentioned that already. I really look forward to us being back on a normal, even keel here by the middle of the summer.
Yeah, me too, man. I mean, I'm ready for it. I hope it happens. I really do. 2020 was enough. 2021, we're starting out still similar.
Yeah.
We gotta get this thing nipped in the butt, man. We can't live this way forever. We gotta get back to normal, man. I mean, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. So we just gotta figure it out, man.
And kudos to NASCAR for NASCAR has worked around they have jumped over whatever hurdle they had to jump over.
I mean, you got to look at it, man. First sport back after this all hit. First sport that dared to come back on TV, dared to come back and do anything, and other outside probably some crew members on some series, whether it was Monster Cup or other series last year. That might be the only people they had positive. There was no race cancellations due to positive tests among drivers. A couple drivers did miss a couple races. Austin Dillon missed one, and pretty sure there was another driver that missed one
for positive.
Maybe a couple, for a positive test.
Not because they got sick,
right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like Jimmy Johnson. I mean, there you go, man. You had quite a few, right? But I mean, at the end of the day, they made it work their whole season. So they were the first ones to do it, take the chance to go out and do it, and then it was successful for them. And what an amazing season it was. So to see it come back out this year and the things they're doing again, I mean, it only brings a brighter spot to the sport. It's like, man, this is awesome. Like, I love what they're doing, And then, you're getting these bigger names and more vast, diverse, culture of people, and the word's getting out there. And it's like, hey, man, this is cool. You got to check this out. Oh, NASCAR, oh, man, hey, just check this out. Come watch it one time, get into it just a little bit,
Yep.
and then you get hooked, man. So, I think it's huge for NASCAR to do this, man. I think it's just a great thing.
I think I picked the right time.
They
to
keep
get
everybody safe, because I think we talked about this last year. Not only is it just a driver, as it is like players on an NBA team. You're talking a lot of men, but you're talking crews and drivers and crew chiefs and yada yada yada. But at the end of the day, you're also talking their families, man. A lot of these guys, wives, kids, they all, are with each other. Obviously with the pandemic, no school, it's mostly online in a lot of states. Yep. They're with them all the time. The wives are with them all the time. So you're talking about everybody's family. So I think it's big kudos to NASCAR, man. I think it's amazing what they're doing right now.
Good job, NASCAR. In case you can't tell, we love you. Last week, trucks on Friday, wet and wild. Ben Rhodes won in a thrilling overtime finish. He held off our beer-drinking little brother from another mother, Sheldon Creed.
Yeah, that was a good one, man. That was a good one. That one, I mean, it went back and forth for a while, and Ben Rhodes came back up and tracked him down. Sheldon Creed got back a little bit, came up. Creed looked like he could just get into the corner better than anybody else all night, like the braking package on that truck or the bias or whatever kind of setup they had with the chassis and the brakes was working really good getting into the turns.
Yes.
Now, Ben Rhodes just seemed to be able to pull away from him, on the exit of the turns, maybe not get in as good, turn a little bit better. And it ended up costing him costing Creed in the end. But so many, green, white checkered attempts, and then so many cautions late in the race when you think, oh, it's done. And drama filled, race drama. Not a driver drama, but race drama filled. It was good, man. It was a good run, good race. Yeah, 2 in a row for Ben Rhodes, man, back to back.
In the Xfinity race, something really cool happened. Because I'm a granddad, I got 9 grandkids. Grandfather Joe Gibbs celebrated his first NASCAR victory as a grandfather, watching from the pits as 18-year-old Ty Gibbs won his Xfinity Series debut Saturday. It was Ty's first NASCAR National Series race and his first time ever in an Xfinity car. By the way, he did not go into, he just jumped right over trucks. He went from ARCA right into Xfinity. So good job to Ty Gibbs. He plowed through the field on the last 2 restarts, and he beat Xfinity Series champion Austin Cindric, the entertainer, in double overtime. I mean, like, that kid hung in there.
Yeah.
Great job, huh?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I got to see the finish show on SportsCenter. I didn't get to watch it live, man, but what an amazing race and what an amazing win for Gibbs. I mean, it seemed like, honestly, Gibbs kind of killed it all weekend. But
he had a good weekend.
He had a pretty good weekend. But I'm sure this one right here is going to mean a lot to him compared to any other one. That's probably going to be one of his most memorable, achievements in his career as a car owner or anything. I mean, how proud of a grandpa can you be when you bring your your grandson up and bam, here's your truck, man. Your Xfinity car, bam, get in it, go out, wham, first time, first win, man. I mean, that's cool. I just hope the racing publicity of people don't set the bar here for him going, right. Okay, I mean, granted, he's in really good equipment. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't set the bar here, though, and expect that like every race that he runs, just set the bar and go, man, he did it. Can he do it again? Does he do it consistently? What happens when he has some, troubles and this happens? That's what kind of that's what ages you enough to step up other than phenoms. And we say there's a difference between, you got legends and phenoms, you got superstars, you got good race car drivers, and then you got guys that are, obviously good race car drivers, right, but just not as high as talent as these guys.
Well, so obviously, I'm going to tell you something. Success is wonderful, but success does not build character. Adversity builds character.
That's it. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, no kidding. At the Daytona road course, turn 1 was a killer all day long. Crazy restarts. Big, what did you think of the caution race control that was thrown so teams could consider rain tires?
I mean, I don't disagree on it, whatever. I mean, they gave everybody the option.
Right.
They gave everybody the option. So, I mean, yeah, it kind of kills people's leads and the amount of laps in racing that had just happened. Now we got to restart. Well, it's the same thing as competition cautions. I mean, it's the exact same thing, other than the fact that you're not giving anybody a chance. You're just saying, hey, at the end of the day, the caution's coming out on lap 35.
Right.
So what's the difference if I want to throw a caution in the middle of it because there's rain and we're on a road course and we introduce windshield wipers and rain tires? I mean, so to me, that's fair for NASCAR to go, hey, caution. Does anybody want to change their tires? It's the same thing. Like I said, does anybody want to come in and get tires at the end of the stage?
Right.
Does it outdo or outperform the race itself? I think, yeah, it probably takes away a little bit. That's why we always talk about how, older school guys that are from, watching this in the 70s, 80s, early 90s, are more about letting that race run green as long as possible.
Right.
And a caution doesn't mean this, and, single file restarts or double file restarts and all these different rules that have changed, right? But at the end of the day, man, it's you got to understand. So in NFL, NBA, all this, you got players associations. You got all these different things that, guess what? Players get to be like, hey, I don't like this, I don't like that, yada, yada, yada. We're not going to do this, we're not going to do that, like a union type thing. Well, guess what? NASCAR doesn't. NASCAR is NASCAR. NASCAR owns NASCAR.
Right.
No drivers own NASCAR. NASCAR owns NASCAR. You drive for NASCAR. Let's make that very clear.
Okay.
Now, they set the rules. As long as the rules are played by fair and the game's the same, I don't see the difference. And like I said, it's the same thing as the stage to me. In that race, and man, I hated to see it for Chase Elliott, obviously. But, at the end of the day, if you're that good and you're doing that and you have a car that's performing that way, it's not the car's fault. It's not anybody else's fault other than the driver and the crew that things happen. So that caution comes out, you lose your track position, or you make the wrong choice, or, you have one thing and then you fall back, and then you're in the midst of guys racing a lot harder than being out front and being clean.
Okay.
Now you're in the pack. Now you got guys bumping and banging, using you up, trying to get the most they can, right? When you've been dominating all day. So it's just nature of the beast. And then to fall a little further back, but you saw him come back up. The car was there. The equipment's there. That's just part of racing to me. So that, to me, didn't affect him winning that. At the end of the day, like I said, man, I just it's their call, and I think it's the same thing as an end of stage. It's the same opportunity. If you're going to allow people to run rain tires or slicks on a road course, and you're going to run it when it's raining outside, and you have a windshield wiper, then you got to give people the choice to be able to come in and pit for safety, right? That's what we're always talking about.
Right.
So if this was happening at Daytona, let's just say, for instance, we ran rain tires at Daytona, which God forbid they ever do anything like that. But let's say they did that, right? Okay, so what? We're not going to throw a caution when it starts raining and everybody's on slicks and nobody has rain tires and it rains, and we're just going to be like, yeah, go ahead, run in the rain?
So if you think that occasionally NASCAR manipulates the outcome of a race, let's hear what you have to say.
And let me tell you, I'm going to say it right now. Any Earnhardt fan that ever writes in here and says anything about this and that, I'm going to tell you right now, NASCAR manipulated more damn races for that man than I ever seen in my whole damn life, and I promise you that, man. That is the truth, man.
Are you talking about the
I'm talking water bottles. You throw a glove out. Ain't no telling what he do. One little thing. Earnhardt's going back to 29th. Oh no, man, we got to have a caution, man. We can't let him get that far back.
When I was a crew resource management instructor, I would say right now, I just popped the lid off the paint can.
Yeah, man.
So if you think that NASCAR occasionally manipulates the race, for the quality of the show versus the quality of the competition, drop us a comment. There's a lot of people that have a lot to say about that. I would recommend you check out a YouTube video by a young man named Iceberg. He's pretty outspoken about this, and we would love to hear what you have to say about it.
I think they do in a little bit of ways. Maybe they do here and there, but at the end of the day, it's just like throwing a pass interference flag in football. And I relate this sport to football all the time. Whatever, a penalty in any sport.
Yes.
So what's the difference between an umpire watching, two guys go back and forth running down a football field and joggling for the ball and go, oh, that's a penalty, that's pass interference?
It's subjective.
Right, so now when I'm the guy that makes the call on what is a caution and what I'm going to call a caution for and what I'm not, that's a judgment call. We're humans.
It's subjective.
Right, we're humans, bro. It's going to be all subjective. Not saying, I got a favorite driver, I got to throw a flag. But, you might watch somebody wash up and blow a tire and a piece of debris come out and it stay green for 3 laps.
Right.
Or you might see somebody do that with 3 laps to go, and the next thing you know, bam, caution's out like that.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, it just is what it is. It's part of the game, man. I care about more than who wins the race other than Chase Elliott, because I love watching him win, right? But I'm saying at the end of the day, what I look for is how good these races are from lap to lap.
Yep. Not
necessarily who wins it. Sometimes, man, I'm a fan of NASCAR racing. I'm a Chase Elliott fan. When he's winning, I'm loving it. I'm on top of the horse. You know what I mean?
You want I don't open and honest competition.
Right. I want to see These guys go out there side by side, swapping the lead, making good moves, getting a run, swinging to the outside, swinging. I want to see racing.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. So I don't judge NASCAR manipulating a race by throwing a caution.
We don't actually know if they do or not. I mean, the fact that somebody thinks they do,
right?
If it goes against your guy,
right,
you're going to throw the bullshit flag and say NASCAR manipulated the race.
Right.
At the Daytona 500. When the timing of the caution coming out, which cost your boy his race, right? You can say, hey, look, if they'd have waited another second, we'd have a different winner.
But they chose not to wait that long. That's just what happened.
So was that just honestly the way the chips fell?
That's just
or was that somebody up here going, drop that flag now because Chase Elliott won the championship last year, and we don't want him to win another race. We want a new guy.
No, they don't do that. People taught that kind of stuff for years, how manipulated NASCAR is, like by officials.
I don't know if it is or not.
No, man. No, dude. Nobody's in their ear going, okay, so you're going to tell me I'm sitting here watching it, and I'm on a radio with whoever, and I have enough time watching
it. Actually, come to think of it.
What do I have? I got like the red phone in the office. Like,
probably
punch code, launch codes putting in there. Come on, man. I mean, no, dude. No. I mean, at the end of the day, it's somebody's responsibility, right? But the caution comes out, and it's all data, and now we have lines that when the caution falls, the passing, the scoring zone or whatever, the line. So, I mean, guess what? I needed about half a second, 0.3 of a second for him to get by. It didn't happen. So I'm not going to be mad at NASCAR because Chase Elliott there again was out front or, and hey, it's raining. That's safety, man. Yeah. We've been such a big deal on NASCAR with safety. That's what it is. So at the end of the day, man, to me, that's what it's about.
That right there was the best two-person monologue you're ever going to see on Rubbing and Grubbing. That was honest shit right there. And thank you. If you're still here watching it, thanks for being here. Dude, that was fun. Beers, please. That was fun. It's time for the good. Don't throw that at me. It'll knock my teeth out. So I have a young man sitting next to me. Thank you, sir. It's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good. Christopher Bell. What a nice kid, man. He's a good-looking kid.
Hey, man. I mean, you watch these guys come up from the Xfinity Series, X-Men, as you like to call them, which I really think that's a cool name, man. NASCAR needs to kind of trademark that and start putting that stuff out there. X-Men. I'm telling you, that's kind of a cool thing. Got to get with Marvel on that.
It's hard for me to say that word Xfinity when I'm drinking.
Right. But at the end of the day, man, if you've watched that guy come up through the ranks there, him and Tyler Reddick had amazing battles. You could tell he had it. What he does on dirt, the kid's got an amazing amount of talent and extremely young. So there again, it was only a matter of time. And he came out and he ran that race and did that thing, man. He did it. Bart had him as what we call our come-ahead driver.
Bart's his dad.
Yeah, so he got him a little something on that one, which is pretty good. So, at the end of the day, man, it was a great race. I love that race. And what a better way. I mean, we said it before we came on, Dan. 1-1, Daytona 500 winner, first win of a career.
Yes.
Turnaround, different winner, first win of the career. I want to ask everybody out there, if you know the answer to this, when was the last time you had two races, two different first-time winners?
Yes. When did that ever happen?
I want to know if it ever happened and when it did. Because I have no idea. That's something that's very interesting. But, man, I tell you what.
You answer that question, come to Coach's next Wednesday, we'll buy you a beer.
I'm down for that. But, what a big win for Bell and Joe Gibbs, man. I mean, it's a prospect. I mean, you got to look at it just like football or baseball, man. This kid's in his early 20s, 20, 21, 22.
Yep.
Guess what? He's got a very long career ahead of him.
He's going to be a successful
and he's proven he can win.
Yeah.
He's a winner.
And how about he just went into the 20 car, right?
Yeah, man. Got in the equipment.
He got into that 20 car. Eric Jones got out.
But, I mean, not only that, you got to look at also he's got Adam Stevens, man. He's got Kyle Busch's crew chief from the last few years. Won a championship with him, I'm pretty sure.
So that shuffling of the deck worked out for Joe Gibbs, right?
I mean, it does. I mean, Kyle Busch is one of those guys that he even says that he goes, it's the nature of our sport. Unfortunately, we kind of go through crew chiefs. And I think you have guys like Jeff Gordon, and you got guys like Tony Stewart with Greg Zipadelli, and him with Evernham, and he went through quite a few. But you look at certain guys, and those crew chiefs are there for a very long time. Earnhardt went through it. Chad Knaus.
They shuffle the deck until they get something that
Chad
works.
Knaus, prime example. He was there for how many years with Jimmy Johnson and then goes to William Byron. So it works for some, works for not, as long as the chemistry's good and you keep winning and there's not tension. Because as soon as there becomes a very high-strung, I don't want to go to work today, it's tension between driver and crew chief or driver and somebody. It's going to only go downhill for a little while.
I'm glad you just said that because I was trying to think of who Steve Letarte started out with as a kid, and it was Chad Knaus. And they were on a podcast together. That's where Steve Letarte was a teenager. Started out with Chad Knaus.
Yes.
All right, so Bell was not known as a road racer. He showed his mettle in chasing down Joey Logano, nobody's favorite driver, and he got by the former Cup champ to win on Daytona's road course. And the question from the producer was, do you think his iRacing experience helped him any?
No. I think the experience of what they get down in Xfinity Series with the Roads America and the other road courses that they race down there and being on dirt. And I think it's crazy to say this, but I'll put this out there. I don't know. I'm not a racer, but you're running on dirt and you're running these, cars that you're running there, and you come here. I mean, it's got to be somewhat similar in a sense of, you're slinging it out there on dirt, that momentum and, slingshot and, this and that. But when you're at these type road courses, I mean, you're left and right and you're in and out of the throttle. Like, you really got to have the car control and the handling. You don't want to turn it too hard. You don't want to hit the gas too hard. You want to eat, there's just so many factors.
Right.
And I think the kids just got the talent, man. They're just good enough to go out and do it. That's the end of the day. I think the experience he had in the Xfinity Series and then to come up here, the experience last year doing this and now turn around this year in better equipment, it's not a bad gig, man. Not a bad deal.
Thank you. The number 18 car of Kyle Busch was forced off the track on the opening lap, and it damaged his right front. He came back to climb into the top 5 only to see problems in the final laps that led to a 35th place finish. He hit the wall and was penalized for speeding on pit road in those final laps.
Yeah, I'm sure the emotions probably got the best of him, as they do sometimes. He is getting better with that. I will give him that. But, just wrong place, wrong time. Really, really tough start to that race. Really hard racing.
You got your car right side up. So you won a race.
But then to turn around, to turn around after that and work your way all the way back up in there doing really good and then fall short for a good finish, maybe not a win, but a good finish, definitely hurts.
The sun does not shine on the same dog's ass every day. The ugly, your boy, Chase Elliott, entered pit road on lap 57 as the leader, but lost 3 spots with a 14.8 second pit stop.
Yeah.
With the top 7 cars not pitting, Elliott restarted 11th. On the first lap of the restart, he got forced into the grass and lost half a dozen spots, and he was never a factor after that.
Yeah.
He led the most laps, but finished 21st.
Hey, man. It's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, brother. I mean, can't win them all, man. And if you do, nobody to race you. So
just rewind this video 8 seconds.
all I can say is at the end of the day, man, I can tell you right now, that just shows you how good their road course package is going to be all season long.
Yes.
Some guys are going to catch up. That's what happens. But at the end of the day, very highly talented road course racer. A little bit of trouble on pit road. Obviously got to get the crew. We're going to have bad stops here and there.
Yes.
So they got to get that tightened up a little bit. But other than that, I mean, leading the most laps and pretty much dominating that race, nobody could go up there and race with him, honestly.
Right.
I mean, for a majority of that race. So to see him just come out and do what he did, I mean, hey, man, it happens. And he's going to rebound, keep going. Got a lot of more opportunities this year.
And you still love him, too.
Oh, man, always. I win, lose, or draw, man. That's it, dude. That's my dude.
Come on, dude. Matt DiBenedetto, rough start to the season for Wood Brothers Racing.
Yeah.
He was collected in the early crash in the Daytona 500, finished 33rd. Placed 37th on the road course after a cut right rear tire ripped off the quarter panel of his car, and then later his brakes went out. He's 37th in the season standings with 5 points after 2 races.
Yeah.
Come on, Matt.
Yeah, it's not good, man. I mean, they got to get that figured out. I mean, you hate to see a historic team like the Wood Brothers struggle that bad. And there's going to be some relief coming next year whenever Austin Cindric comes into that program. I mean, you're going to have more funding and more alliance with. You're going to have more funding, more alliance with Penske than what you have now.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, man, Wood Brothers is going to be one of those teams. Not 2021 season. I expect them to run decent. But next year's season, I expect them definitely to have a really good rookie driver and to have really good equipment next year.
Spectacular. Now this cheers segment is we're gonna go back to what you just mentioned. So it's a cheers to Michael McDowell and Christopher Bell winning the first 2 races of the season. Don't lose that sugar on there. The last time the Cup season opened with 2 first-time winners was 1950. And by the way, this is a Ben shot right here at Coach's Corner, the center of the universe. This shot is named after a beloved patron here, still alive and well. Mr. Ben comes in here. He told them how to make this drink one time. It was so popular, so many people wanted these, that it got the name Ben Shot. And we both have Ben Shots, and we're saying cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Don't spill it. Oh my God, that's good. Holy, that's really good. Woo, that's good. So cheers to Michael McDowell and Christopher Bell. This leads us up to our checkered flag for charity. Since the number 20 car of Christopher Bell won, we are donating $20 to our charity, Help Save One of Our Own. Yep. That brings our total this year to $72, and we'd like it if you'd come in here and help us out to make that a bigger number.
I love it, man. Like we say all the time, it doesn't matter, nickels, pennies, dimes, 10s, 20s, 150s. Whatever you guys got out there to come in, spare change or big dollars, come donate to a good cause, man. Like we say all the time, helping the local community out. This is a great organization that had already helped us on different things that we've done here.
Yes.
They're going to continue to do it in the future, so we got to help them too to help other people. So anybody out there, stop by Coach's, come up here on Wednesdays, come see me or Dan. Throw a little bit of money in the swear bucket, say a word if you want to, yell your favorite driver's name, whatever you guys want to do. Come out, support, and or come by the store and make one there, man. But at the end of the day, definitely got to come out and see us, all for a good cause.
When you help your community, you actually help yourself. That is no lie. The Dixie Vodka 400 at Homestead Miami on Sunday. Denny Hamlin's on the pole. There's multiple grooves. There's progressive banking. What does progressive banking mean?
It gets steeper. The degree incline or increases as we go up.
As you go up, so it's like a cup?
Yeah, in a way. So it's going to be, I don't know what it is at Miami, but let's just say 12, middle is going to be 15, top's going to be, 19, okay. 14, 16.
So you can go faster on the outside?
Yeah, it's a longer way around. Carry more momentum, which is going to be very key on Sunday. You're going to see a lot of similar stuff, man. I'm telling you right now, we saw it later in the season last year. You'll be able to get right up to that guy, and especially for the lead, it's really hard to pass for the lead.
Yes.
Because when you pull out, you're going to hit a block of air, man. It's going to correct. So, but I love Miami. It's one of my favorite races of the year. It is multi-groove, cars everywhere, great restarts, man. So yeah, super stoked about this one.
And it's beautiful.
And it's true NASCAR racing right here.
Palm
not
trees.
A super speedway, not a road course, mile and a half. It's going to be a little bit of an early indicator on what we have to see in the first 12
So they
races.
used to finish the season, right?
Yeah, that used to be the championship race, man.
Yeah, Miami, listen, Miami's spectacular. God, we've had some great weather here, but boy, the weather's always nice down there. Big, you know the Levine family racing alumni have won the first 2 races of the season. Does that mean that Matt DiBenedetto will win on Sunday? Right there.
No.
Don't bet on Matt.
No, don't bet on Matt.
Second part of that question, who are your 5 drivers to watch at Homestead,
All right,
Miami
five
on
drivers
Sunday?
at Homestead, Miami.
And the dark horse.
This is where things start getting back on the normal grind of what we saw in 2020, man. So very similar to what I probably said at Daytona and what I'm probably going to say for the next few weeks, because you base these off of what you see. So to me, I'm going to go ahead and call it out. My number 1 driver this week is going to be Denny Hamlin. He's got a win there last year. He's got one other win there. Didn't have very good finishes for a very long time there. But I think after last year, they kind of got something figured out right there. It's going to be pretty good equipment. Number 2 for me, I got to go Chase Elliott. There again, got the lead later on in that race last year. Ran it good. Hamlin came up and got him. But I got to go Elliott. 3 for me, I'm gonna go ahead and call a name out there, Kyle Busch, man. I think Kyle Busch is not going to start off the season the same way he did last year. Yeah, he had a bad finish this past week, but this is now we're down to something he knows how to do, and what he knows how to do is drive a race car. And if you can drive a race car, hopefully we're going to see him come up to the front in this. Number 4 for me has got to be Joey Logano. Always runs pretty decent there. There again, race for championships there, won championships there.
Yes.
5 for me is going to be a guy that I love to call him out, man, and I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of folks are going to be like, what? And he's probably got as good a chance to win it as any of these other 4 guys that I just named. But Kyle the Martian Larson, man. I call him the Martian because he's got to be from outer space, bro. He's too good. He's too good, man. The talent's there. So I look for him to have a really good run. This kind of fits his driving style, that outside right next to the wall. Don't know how much this car is going to help benefit that, but we're going to find out on Sunday. And then a dark horse for me right here, man, I really think there's a lot of guys I could go different directions. There's so many guys that I like to see run good, and I think are going to run good. William Byron's going to have a good run. There's just so many guys. But at the end of the day, the dark horse for me, I think that this is where you see the Childress Alliance with Rick Hendrick come out in true form. I think you're going to see Austin Dillon in the 3-car have a good run at Miami this week. I just feel it. It's the horsepower.
I'd be all over
the
that.
package is going to be there, man. We got to check it out. So
I'd be all over Austin Dillon winning that race.
I think it's going to happen. I think that horsepower is definitely going to pay off at a place like Miami, man.
I'm Dan Foltz, and I'm in your corner, Big Daddy.
That's it, man.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, fans, for watching and being a part of the show. If you're still here after all this, you have an amazing amount of tenacity. Hit like and share, and ask questions. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our YouTube channel. Our show's called Rubbing and Grubbing. Rubbing is racing.
Grubbing is tasting,
and
man.
It's time to do a little tasting. And tonight, to bring us the grub, we have a very special guest behind the camera. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my lovely wife, Jeannie Foltz. She is a alumni of the Lifestar Medevac flight program. She's the only nurse that ever has worked for that company that was a certified flight registered nurse. She has saved countless hundreds, if not thousands of lives.
And she wears the pants in his family.
And I pretty much do what she says most of the time. And by the way, notice that she's wearing a beautiful shirt by Nine Line Apparel, and it's a Night Stalker shirt because that's the battalion I retired out of. She's got the Night Stalker clothes going on. Thank you, Jeannie.
You're welcome.
And what do we have to eat tonight?
Oh man, looks like we got little mini corn dogs and fries, bro. Can't beat that, man.
Now look here. Say you're coming to Coach's, and you've got a child who is a persnickety eater. You've got a little redhead or a little blonde kid that doesn't like anything green, doesn't like anything different, just wants food that makes him feel good, or her. I submit to you that this dish right here, this is corn dogs on top of fries. This will please anybody on earth. As a matter of fact, as soon as we turn this camera off, it's going to please us.
I already had one, man.
It's going to please us. These
Don't
little
bring
corn dogs
around me, bro.
These
Don't
little
bring
guys
corn
right
dogs
here. Those are really good. They're hot. Matter of fact, they're so hot out of the kitchen that you got to not let a kid eat one right away. And then there's a bunch of fries. We've got mustard up here. Look, you can have any kind of sauce you want.
That's it.
Mini corn dogs and fries. Something that's really good for little kids that are a little bit picky. Right here at Coach's Corner, the center of the universe.
Center of the universe, man.
So listen, stay tuned because in about 5 minutes, the man who's standing right over there behind the camera, Coach Carl DeMasi, is going to come up here and he's going to put on his show, the Coach Carl DeMasi Sports Report with the AD Chad Griffin. The coach and the AD do a great job.
I'd like to put on my bowling shirt.
Oh man!
Oh yeah, that's right. I got my bowling shirt on. I forgot. There it is. There it is. Yeah, this is the shirt with which I'm going to win the contest. Coach is here, and they're going to do a great job. We're asking all our fans to please go to the YouTube channel, subscribe to their show on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Be sure to tune in to the Hot Grits podcast on iTunes and Spotify and laugh along with Travis and Spencer. And these kids are
Oh, they're terrific, man. Great guys,
They're sharp. They're
Great
sharp.
Guys. Yeah, they have a good time doing what they do, and they're doing what they love, man.
Actually, they're also like
Good kids,
stars.
man.
You know, when they were kids, they were athletic stars.
Yeah, man.
Like, they come by
they
it
played,
naturally.
man. They did their thing, man. Yeah, I mean, they're athletic. That's what I mean.
They're athletes,
competition,
and they're like, you know how young people tend to be very sharp. These guys are sharp.
I mean, how can you not be? You know.
They break down the weekend sports. Hey, listen, if you're watching this, first of all, thank you. And if you're seeing this on the ESPN Radio Facebook live feed, well, heck, thanks to ESPN for doing that. We would like you to like and share this video. If you see it on YouTube, heck, like the daggum channel. If we can get to 100 likes on YouTube, it's like a whole new universe for us. So you'd be doing us a huge favor. Doesn't cost you anything, doesn't hurt. It's not like getting the vaccine. It's no sting, no pain. Just go ahead and hit that click like. Thank you to Coach's Corner, Center of the Universe, for allowing us to be part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. On the radio last week. On the radio.
That's right. On the radio.
Let's talk. We had a spectacular show. So let me tell you how that was going down. So I got up at 6:30, and I got my coffee, and I'm doing my homework and taking my notes. And at 7:30, when we're supposed to record the show, my phone, she no ring. So I wait till like 7:35, and I send a text to PJ Zuko at ESPN Radio in Brandon, Maine.
That's it, man.
And I go, click, click, hey guys, good morning, I'm here. And PJ writes back and says, I can't get a hold of Brandon, dude. Not sure what's going on, but I can't get a hold of Brandon. So he goes, listen, I'm going to keep trying, but if at 8 o'clock, we're going to have to do what we can do. So then I called our producer, the brains behind the camera, Lawrence Bennett. Come yourself up here. So I called Lawrence Bennett, and he goes, I got a secret number. I'll call him. By the grace of God, the phone rings, and there we all are. So what happened?
Yeah, my phone died. Lawrence called my phone. It finally came. Like I woke up that morning walking the dog, and I was like, oh my God. And Lindsay's like, oh, this number called twice, and I was like, oh man. Turned my phone on, got on charger, turned it on, and then we did the show. But yeah, as always, big thanks to PJ and 104.3 ESPN for doing that for us. That's a great show, man.
We pulled it off.
It's a lot of fun. You know?
Was fun.
Yeah, it's a blast. So glad we got that in on Sunday. And for anybody out there that hadn't heard it, make sure you tune in. Green, white, checkered, Sundays, 9:30, ESPN 104.3. A little bit more structured than this show. But this is the home of it, though. This is the show
where
right
it came
here.
from. And look, what would be really spectacular right now, and this is honest to God truth, there's a crowd of people back here, but what would be really cool is if you would come, and if you're a NASCAR fan, you come here to Coach's Corner, and we're going to put a chair right here, because what we really want to hear is, what's your favorite NASCAR memory?
Yeah.
You probably know a race or loved a race or been to a race. Come on, be part of it. We are at Coach's Corner. This is a freaking great place. Come be part of the show. Run 3 wide with us.
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, we were talking earlier. I got a couple questions I'm going to ask tonight, and I don't particularly know the answer to. So maybe somebody out there can write us the answer and let us know what it is if they know it.
Comment, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it'd be pretty neat. So we'll throw that out there here in just a bit.
Spectacular. Anyway, PJ, if you're seeing this, dude, I love you. You're spectacular. It is so much fun being on the radio. And I appreciate the fact that you can cut out all the stupid stuff that comes out of my mouth. And whether it's the trucks, you know, heck, we'll probably have the ARC on, then we'll have the trucks. We'll have the Xfinity race, and then we'll have the big race. And that'll all be on here at Coach's Corner. And look, if you want to hang out with some people that are like-minded and love watching NASCAR, this is the place to come. And when you come in here this weekend to see a NASCAR race, I want you to tell your server that the fat guy with not much hair on top said, first beer's on him, I'm Dan Folds, your first beer's on me. Heck yeah. This Sunday, February 28th, this is serious. You want to cover
this is very serious. Oh, no, man, you're doing great, man.
This Sunday, February 28th, Rubbing and Grubbing, which is, by the way, this is the first show on the Coach's Corner Sports Network.
Yeah.
I might be speaking out of turn. Coach Carl might have been here before us.
Yeah.
Actually, I think we might have been here first. I think we're the first show. This Sunday, February 28th, Rubbing and Grubbing participate in the Coach's Corner Sports Network Charity Bowling Challenge against 3 other shows.
Yeah.
Who's going to win?
Rubbing and Grubbing's winning, man. Are you crazy? We're getting ready to murder this thing, man.
We're going to win.
Yeah, I'm ready for that.
So who we competing against? The 19th hole live with the Herb brothers. As a matter of fact, we actually have a Herb brother in the house. Come up here, sir. Come on up here.
Go between them.
Let's talk about this bowling challenge. How's this going to go down? If you watched the 19th hole from Henderson's cabin, you know this pretty face right here. This is Sean Herb.
This guy's a professional. We don't know what to expect. We're coming in full retard. We're going in. We're going to drink. We're going to have a good time. We're raising money for Help Save One of Our Own.
That's it, man.
But Dan has already pointed to me and said all he wants to do is beat
All I got to
me.
do is beat him.
That's true. That's true story.
I don't got to outrun the bear. I just got to outrun you.
Step up to the plate, son. I'm coming after this guy.
Oh, man. Here
I
we
can't
go.
beat this guy.
It's going to be
I'm
epic.
coming after this guy.
Here we
Now
go,
look,
man.
Yeah.
What we need is for the people that are viewing this show to help us help save one of our own, which is a local 501c3 charity.
Right.
These people over the last 31 or 32 years have assisted innumerable people. You know, people in the worst situation you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
My wife's got cancer and I don't have insurance and I don't know what to do. Help Save One of Our Own, which is sponsored and run by people that are in the bar business, except that my lawyer, Scott Vaughn, is their lawyer and he's on their board of directors.
He's got plenty of money.
These guys do they need more.
They need more money?
They need more.
Attorney?
No, Help Save One of Our Own needs
That's
more.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But you're attorney, buddy. Come on.
Well,
I mean, come on. It's for a good
I don't
cause.
want to throw Scott under the
That's
bus. Scott's a great
I'm
guy.
throwing you under the bus, Scott.
Scott's a great guy.
Come on.
We want to assist. Everybody stop laughing right now. We want to assist Help Save One of Our Own because, all joking aside, you know, they do spectacular things.
That's right.
They helped Randy Davis. They helped Becca Spear. They when they started out, it was to help a lady that had cancer from the Spankies at the mall.
Yeah.
Like 31, 32 years ago.
Right.
That's how that charity got started. It's still going, and they are the money behind the money. When we do a project to help somebody, you know, maybe we can raise $30,000. Well, when we do that, Help Save One of Our Own comes in and backstops us and says, guess what? We got another $30,000.
Yeah.
Well, now it's time to raise that another $30,000, and that's what we're doing with this bowling challenge. And what we need you to do, ladies and gentlemen, is if you like him, sponsor him. If you like him, sponsor him. And just sponsor me whether you like me or not.
I don't know how we do it.
We just need you to sponsor. You might just give us 10
But you
cents.
need to realize, at any hour, any day, we could all be in the position where we need help.
Yes.
That's right, man.
And that's why we're doing this.
That's it.
Like, I might fall over
in 2
right now.
hours, we could
You never
be
know.
there. You know
You
what I'm
never
saying?
Woods, how rich he was.
There you go.
Tiger
That's what I
Woods.
said
You know,
yesterday.
it's like
whether
you
him or
never
not,
know when something bad's
guy's
going to
got a
happen.
family, he's got children.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You worry about that. He's a human being.
That's it.
Whether he's above the world and he thinks he's above the world, whatever. Guy's got children. People need help. Everybody needs help.
And this
prayers, money, whatever.
This is our little community here. Thunderbolt's a small town. Savannah is really a small town, believe it or
Mayberry.
not. We got the islands out there, and then we're out on Tybee. This is a pretty small crowd.
It is.
And this little 501c3 charity called Help Save One of Our Own does so much really, really good stuff. So that's our whole project all year long. Everything we do all this year is going to be to help them. And we would like you to come to our bowling tournament, which is this Sunday at
2
o'clock
2
in the
o'clock.
afternoon
2 o'clock.
at the Tibet Lane.
Sorry, Hot Grits. 2 o'clock. You're calling us out tonight, too.
You can come
2 o'clock.
You can come. Listen. You can come at 1 o'clock, and I will buy your beer.
You can
between
come
1
at
and 2.
1. Hot Grits, you can come at 1. You've been calling us out all night, but we're at 2. You want to get there early and practice? Whatever, man. We're shooting it at you now. We're throwing it back. Whatever.
We're going to have a good time. So who is it? It's Rubbing and Grubbing. It's the 19th hole with Sean and his brother Brent Herb. By the way, when we do a show, we might get like 1,000 people looking at it. When these guys do a show,
Not true.
thousands,
Whatever.
thousands of people looking at it. Because
I just want to beat Dan Folds and
they're celebrities.
I don't give a hell what the hell's going on.
And let's not forget the Coach
coming
Carl,
after Dan.
the Carl DeMossi Sports Report with the athletic
You got
director, the AD Chad Griffin. They're going to be there, and then there's these two young guys, right? Like,
Yeah.
Like
Younger guys.
I
Yeah.
got,
Travis and Spencer. Which
I think
I didn't get to hear the episode.
You think a young
So
guy?
I didn't get to hear what kind of calling out they did this week, but
Oh, I heard they were calling us out, Brandon.
really calling you
They
guys
already
out,
said they would bowl us in a Walmart.
calling everybody out.
Everybody.
Oh man,
They're pumped up.
Yeah,
Not
they've
even
already-
worried
they were-
about us?
They've already listened. They've already sold me out. But I'm gonna tell you something.
They sold me out.
we only got a few days. We're gonna find out. At the end of the day, it ain't gonna be long before it's judgment
2 o'clock
time,
in the
man,
morning,
so.
you're in the front seat of a 50-foot Chinook helicopter, weighs 50,000 pounds, and you're running out of gas. And the C-130
I am
airplane
not
goes.
in a Chinook
C-130
helicopter,
airplane goes like this, comes around you, comes up beside you. You fly your helicopter up beside. You got this refueling probe sticking out 16 foot 6 inches off your nose, and here's this 42 inches on the inside, 48 inches on the outside paradrogue, and it's out there bouncing around like
I've
this.
been over bouncing.
And it's bouncing around like
I'm
this.
twerking.
And you got to stick
trying to
that
get it in
probe
there.
tip into that paradrogue.
I'm twerking. He's trying to get it in there. That's what happens.
I not only did that, I freaking taught people to do that. I ain't worried about a guy starting bowling alley and some bowling pins.
Apologize. Love y'all. I'm beating Dan Folds in bowling. That's all I'm worried about now. He's called me out.
Side bet, $5.
It's all coming together. Love you, boys.
Hey man, I love
Love you too, Sean.
I love you. Listen, if you think this is fun seeing this, you need to come to that bowling alley because it's going to be game on. It's going to be show on.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time, man. Super excited. Like I say, at the end of the day, we're going to be. At the end of the day, we're going to be there raising money for a good cause, good charity, help save one of our own, man. That's what it's all about ultimately. So if you're looking for something good to do, come on out, check it out. It's a good time. Tibet Lanes, 2 o'clock Sunday. And that's where it's going to happen, man. And the chips are going to fall where they may, and I hope we do, man. That's the name of the games to come out #1. So we're going to find out Sunday, man. I'm
He
ready.
actually has. This kid's actually my ringer. He's got talent. We're good. We're good.
I'm telling you, I'm just a normal, average bowling dude, man. That's it.
You can sponsor your favorite show. We're looking for donations. 10 cents a pin, 25 cents a pin, 50 cents a pin. Hey, if you're corporate, $1 a pin or a flat donation. And thanks to John Carr Realty, John Carr, thank you, sir, for signing on as a lane sponsor. We need more lane sponsor. And right now, the only lane sponsor we have is John Carr Realty, the best real estate office in this area. Thanks, John, for supporting our great cause. All donations are tax deductible. It's a 501c3. Check out our promo video for the challenge. Tune in next Wednesday as we break down the Homestead Miami race. And we look ahead to Las Vegas for the Pennzoil 400. Brandon, take us home.
All right, man. Like Dan said, hey, you guys stay tuned. If you guys are still watching out here, we got Coach Carl DeMasi, the AD Chad Griffin coming up right behind us. Like we say all the time, check out Hot Grits. Make sure you check the Herd Boys coming out. I know Augusta's not too far away. Hey, big shout out again to Coach's Corner, John and Adele Henderson. Big thank yous for allowing us to do this every week. You guys stop by, spread your love, get some food, get some drinks, come out and see us, man. Just be involved, support your community. Hey, until next time, man, you guys mask up, stay safe, wash your hands. And corn dog for me.
Corn dog for me.